You are now listening to the Project Kuwait. Where we stop at nothing to bring you the right facts on health, fitness, and psychology. Featuring some of the world's most experienced professionals so you can learn, live, and live. With your hosts, Meg, Dr.D, and Mehdi.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Psyched with Dr.D. And the truth hurts, and I got a taste of the truth today. And I also gave a little rant of the truth.
He ranted so much, trying to prove that he's right.
Not proving.
You are. And
Just
I
talked about my
got
opinion.
upset because I called him annoying, which he is. And we realized, at least for me,
Annoying
the
was the last
truth
show.
hurts because the truth only means something if you're ready. And if you're not ready for the truth, don't ask for the truth.
Yeah, I agree with that, but
Uh-huh.
at the same time, I have no filter. We have an episode on that. Check it out. I think it was episode 118, and it's called No Filter for a reason, because I have no filter, which is fine. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I do say that it's a bad thing. It screwed me over many times. I talk about that in the show. I think you'll enjoy this show because it has ups and downs, twists and turns, and at the end, I say Dr. Juliet is right.
I try to give him some tips on how to be diplomatic, but you got to listen and see if he
Diplomacy is for wussies.
heard. And the truth doesn't exist.
Enjoy the show. And because Dr. D forgot to say it again, please leave us a rating and review, and you may win a t-shirt. All this and more in today's
The
episode.
truth hurt.
The truth
Mehdi.
hurts. The truth hurts. You called me annoying last show.
I know, and I figured like as soon as I told you, I feel like your face changed and you're like, why are you calling me annoying? And you're
Because my wife and my mother call me annoying all the time. My whole family calls me annoying.
I understand the truth hurt, but you're annoying.
But the truth doesn't hurt, actually.
You don't think you're annoying.
No, it's loud. No, I think I agree. Like, I'm definitely annoying to some people.
I bet if I take a poll on how many people think you're annoying, I will win.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Thousands of people think I'm
So
annoying.
why were you hurt? I felt like you were hurt when I
No,
told
no,
you.
I
annoying.
honestly, I don't, I have.
No, you were like shocked. You're like, really, Dr. D? You think I'm annoying? Like your face changed.
I thought you thought I was annoying.
I didn't think you're annoying. I just said that people can find you to be annoying
Oh,
just because
100%.
you're out there and you piss so many people off. You put posts on your Instagram saying, I know this is going to piss off. I don't know what. You set yourself up. Of course, I'm just thinking annoying. Other people might be thinking other things.
Oh, other people definitely think. Do you know how many names I've been called, by the way, in my DMs? Which
Really?
I'm fine with. Like, I really don't care.
Tell me.
I've been called an asshole.
You are.
I've been called guy who has no. What was it? What was the dude said to me? Oh, he said I was a scared chicken shit because I wouldn't say that to his face, or
Oh,
because I said something about their restaurant months ago, and I was like, "No, I'll say it right to your face, man. The food sucks, the service sucks."
really?
And people made a huge hype over it. You go there all the time. I can't say the name of the restaurant.
You can?
I don't wanna say
I
it
go
on
there
air.
all the time
Yeah, you go there all the time.
and the food sucks.
I
don't
think
go,
the food sucks.
I don't go anywhere if the food sucks.
Like, I can make better eggs at home.
Ah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
No,
talking
they're
about.
great.
They're horrible.
I love them.
Horrible, god awful breakfast.
Everybody goes there.
Yes, because it's a trend. It's trendy.
No,
That's
all
why
the
everybody
Americans
goes there.
go there.
All the Americans? Yeah, it's
Yes.
because they're
And all the health freak. And I told you how many
the
times
health. Yeah,
the
they're
health freak people,
idiots.
they all work out and then they come and they always look like they're muscled and
Because those are all the CrossFitters that think because they punish themselves with a WOD, hard workout, that then they can go and indulge in whatever they want to eat. Which
what made
is
them so awful? I thought that was great.
what, their food?
Yes,
All right,
my
first, do you want
kids.
me to go down the do you
But
want
the
me to go down the
customer
list?
service is amazing. Do you know my kids, when they walk in, because they know them, they already have their order in the kitchen. My son is so impressed that when he gets there, he doesn't even have to say his order.
That's pretty cool.
See? That's
then-
customer service.
That's your experience. My experience was god awful. And
You mean customer service?
oh yeah, and then
But
when
they
I
have two
complained-
branches? Are you talking about the same one I go to?
Yes, yes.
Didn't they have another branch?
They did have another branch.
Is it still there?
I don't know. Probably closed down because they suck. But that's the thing. There are a lot of restaurants that become. I'll give you another one. A meal
Okay.
prep service. Okay, because I was running out of time. I didn't have time, and
A meal prep?
meal prep. They deliver the meals to the house or whatever. And I've tried two of them, by the way.
Yeah.
So I tried this one because I saw someone who's an influencer that is my friend, that I talk to or whatever.
You have friends?
Yeah, I do. Surprisingly.
And influencers?
Yeah, you could call them my friend. They're an influencer. You can say
Well,
that
you're
they're my friend.
famous.
But so they recommended this dude's service. I tried his service.
Oh.
It was horrible. And I got wrapped in for a monthly subscription. I didn't like the food. They weren't weighing their macros. And that to me was annoying because I knew they weren't doing the right things. But to a normal person, know what's right and what's wrong in terms of, the right foods, macros, or whatever. So I switched. I went to another service where I'm friends with someone that promotes that brand. And again, it was a letdown. Their food was horrible. They were serving like cold cut turkey from Khazan. All right. And their idea of carbs was a loaf of bread. They would give me a loaf of bread in the morning with breakfast. And I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, you can't figure out to put in better carbs like oatmeal. Like, what's wrong with oatmeal? Why not do overnight oats? It's not that hard. It's a cup of oatmeal with some almond milk, throw in whatever berries you want, and then you're done. Right? Like, it's easy. They didn't do that. It was just shit upon shit upon shit. So Haya stuck with them. She was fine with their food. But I was like, no. I taught, God bless her, our nanny, Mel. I asked her if she could cook. And I gave her the recipes. And she is better than any meal prep service.
Really?
Yeah. Like, she was amazing.
Why do these people get mad at you because you're being honest? Like, that's what I don't understand is that why are people asking you for the truth? And then when you tell them the truth, they get mad at you. Like, seriously. And nowadays, I realize that when people are asking for your opinion, like, what did you really think of this or that? They really don't mean give us your real opinion.
They want the sugar-coated,
Right.
the saucy opinion.
Right. So why should these guys get mad at you because you're being honest with them?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know why they get mad at me.
I mean, I think maybe because 10 say that they're great because they're not being honest with them.
Mhm.
Then you come around who doesn't give a shit and will say the truth no matter what. And I think they're not used to people like you or people like me. And then we end up being the aggressive one,
But that's
like
not
that guy that told you, why does Dr. Dinka not like men? I mean, what does that have to do with anything? How come
Actually, it was a girl.
It was a girl that said, I don't like guys?
She's like, oh my God, that Dr.D, she really hates men. And
I mean,
was
why
like,
do I hate men just because I've expressed my opinion about the way men treat women?
Now, that was that episode, you went pretty hard on men.
Well, that's probably because we were talking about how men, I'm not going to talk about men just to talk about men. It's
Yeah.
usually about, we were probably talking, I don't know which episode, but we were
I think
probably.
it was divorce.
Yes, so the idea is that most of the time I'm talking about the role of women. If it's in divorce or the
Yeah.
way men portray women, obviously I'm going to be upset because I'm a woman and I feel like my gender is not treated fairly. So why is it that when I express my opinion about how men treat women or how men have treated me, suddenly I hate men?
Well, it's because the truth hurts.
I
People
mean,
don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear what the reality of.
Of course, and I think because we live in a society where people do not accept the truth, and partly have. And then sometimes, like when you said this comment to me, I was thinking, at first I was defending against it, as you saw, and then I thought about, I'm like, well, maybe I do hate men. Sometimes I think the reason why we react the way we react, maybe because the truth does hurt. In the other side, like maybe I got defensive because someone just said that, and then I thought to myself, well, maybe it is true. I work much better with women. Maybe I don't have as many men friends, or my experiences with men haven't been like the most positive. So maybe you're right. I grew up with an alcoholic father, so I felt like maybe that also adds up to the way I view men and how much I respect them. I don't know. But so when you said that, I was thinking to myself, oh, so maybe I felt like there was some truth to it, and then I defended. So whenever we tell someone the truth, maybe that's why they get upset, because they've heard these comments before and they're not ready to hear. Like the restaurant guy, he's not ready to hear that his breakfast is shitty.
Did you see my post yesterday about in Mexico?
No, I don't watch much.
You live in J-Town. All right, that's an old school saying for Dr.D at J-Town. Now, in Mexico, all right, like they're a restaurant. They've been around for a while. Haya puts her order through, all right, online.
In J-Town?
Yeah. And
There's a
in that one.
Mexico place?
Yeah, it's a Mexican place. And,
Which is the only one in Kuwait.
No, there's a bunch of them. There's other ones that are way better. I don't know why.
Where? I love Mexican food.
Moruj has a good Mexican
Which
restaurant. It's like a tapas place. They're good.
But not burrito.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of burritos. Anyway, so Haya puts her order through for I think it was a beef burrito or a steak burrito, something like that. So they call her up. They say, we have no steak. all right, well, put in chicken. And then Haya,
We
being
have no
smart,
chicken.
she goes, yeah, they said they had no chicken or something like that. And then she goes, well, what's the price difference between steak and chicken? Because there is a price
They
difference.
should be,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's 100%. Oh, well, we can't refund you the money. Okay, well, how can you? Let me talk to your manager. The manager gets on the phone. Haya complains. He hands the phone back to the employee without even responding to her.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And he's the manager?
He's the manager.
You guys scared?
Yeah. So Haya hangs up, calls up.
Drives all the way there.
No. She calls up Thalabat. She starts reaming the guy out, okay, which Thalabat have cleaned up their act a lot lately.
Really?
Yeah, I think just the increased competition. So she's reaming this dude out, and he goes, no, ma'am, I'm saying I'll give you a free meal plus your money back. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. But they were great about it. When you're a restaurant or when you're a service, if you can't handle someone saying your food sucks or you took the order wrong or whatever, you're in the wrong industry. It's,
But you would think that people would want these kind of feedback
oh,
because
100%, yeah.
that helps your business get better. But to be honest, I mean, maybe with restaurants and retail, they're a little bit better. But have you ever told a friend, they ask you for your opinion, and then as soon as you tell them, well, I feel this or that, then they get upset, or they don't tell you that they got upset, but deep down they've got something.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time you see them, they do this passive aggressive, comments, or
Yeah.
they'll throw things to jab you with something. I feel like, okay, well, if you have asked me for the truth and I'm the type of person I can't hide the truth,
Yeah.
then why are people really having a hard time understanding the truth? And psychologically, it's because there are probably a lot of things that person themselves hasn't accepted about themselves. And then when they don't accept it and someone else brings it up and taps into it, then maybe the idea is that they get, then they're triggered a lot more, right? So
Yeah,
the comment, why does Dr. Dinka hate all men? Maybe there is a part of it. Maybe it just triggers something with my experience or my history.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You probably triggered someone's emotions or someone's feelings, and that's why they made the comment, which, look, that's understandable. Everyone can make their comments. Do you know how many people I get that give us feedback on the podcast? Some people give us good feedback. Some people give us bad feedback. I get bad feedback all the time.
About you, not
No,
me.
about you.
Do you really?
All the time.
You've never told me anything.
They're like, oh my God, we can't stand Dr. Dinka. Mehdi, you're amazing.
Oh my God.
They're like, we just love your voice.
I want to see that right.
No. But I mean, I've gotten feedback on when we were bringing in a lot of guests from international, when we had Dr. Vera on and all that.
Yeah.
Why aren't you going local?
Which is true.
So you saw me in the other thing, I'm ramping it up with the health part with all the local people.
Right.
But I was like, dude, you can't exhaust all the local talent in 1 year. You know what I mean? And there's a criteria that we've built
But
to
that's
have
not. But
guests
that's not the
on.
only reason. It's also because international guests, they're offering. I mean, like Vera, for example, we were talking about her book, which talks about sugar.
Yeah, she's an author. She's a world-renowned author.
I mean, the thing is that if we have an author here who's going to talk about sugar and how it, has connection to cocaine addiction,
Exactly.
we'll call them too. I think a lot of times we need to. I mean, when people are on their Instagram or social media, they're not going local. They're getting a lot of information internationally.
No, some people do go local. And what I hate, and one of the local influencers, there's an influencer that tried picking a fight with me too.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
See,
they
you're-
hate me because I've
making enemies.
I've pissed off.
I'm always
all
the one
right
making
people.
enemy, but you seem to be
Oh,
doing
no,
a
I'm better.
good job.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
doing
glad
a
I
great
partnered
job.
up with you.
And I think she got pissed because she is a dietitian.
Okay.
And she is a fitness enthusiast, all that crap. So she was telling her people it was okay to eat fast food. It was okay to eat this. And then she started doing what Diet Ninja was doing with calorie counting and showing people that, oh, you can have a Big Mac or you can have this and it's fine. No, it's fucking not. If you're a dietitian, you should be preaching people to create healthy habits.
Right.
Right? Because we all know food made in a lab is going to what? It's going to damage you. Like, it's pretty much proven at this point.
And it's proven why our liver at the end gives up. You know?
Yeah.
it's right.
Like, I mean, my great grandmother, I think Shrimpies killed her. She feeds Shrimpies like 3 times a week.
See, ultimately, you know.
You
So,
know?
and then she got mad? Well, obviously.
Yeah, well,
Because you pretty much told her that you're
I
a
said
shitty
she,
nutritionist.
but it's a he, she. You know.
Whatever.
I'm not going to say who it is because if they still
What you were trying to
listen,
say that you are saying to them that they're bad nutritionists. I mean,
Yeah.
are these people really qualified?
no, they're fucking not. They go to school for 4 years to get a nutrition degree. Go be a doctor. Do what you're meant to do. Like, okay.
But some people don't even have that for a year.
No, some people don't. They go to like precision nutrition.
And is that okay? Oh, I guess
No,
in this
that's like
country,
that's like
everything.
over a 2-week thing or whatever. Like, I have a certificate in nutrition through Exos, which was what I did my performance specialist certification in. I don't say I'm a nutritionist. And if someone comes to me and they're my client and they're like, oh, what should we eat? What should we this? I just say, don't eat anything out of a box or a bag. That's the one piece of advice. I say, just don't eat anything out of a box or a bag. Well, limit your processed food. If that doesn't work, go see a dietitian. I always recommend good dietitians that I know that take cases seriously. But in general, the best dietitians are the ones that work at the hospitals, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because
it's
they
true.
deal with cancer patients. They deal with people
With
that
diabetes.
that have real issues.
Yeah.
Not, I want to lose 6 kilos or I want to lose 5 kilos and look good in this dress. Well, if you want to do that, then, do it the right way. The side effect from being healthy is weight loss. And people seem to not understand just leading a healthy life will make you look good. Point blank.
But you know what I was thinking? I was wondering, why do you walk around having to tell all these people that they're bad?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't
Because
know.
I don't know, you're always on this like rampage about like when you see unfairness, you have to point to it. But if people are not ready to hear the truth, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Like the truth hurts
Yeah.
when we're asked about it or when it's our friends or family or people that we care about. You tend to tell the truth to everyone. Why is that any of your business?
Do you really want me to go on this rant?
Yeah, I want to go on this
You
rampage.
really want to go down this rabbit
I even
hole?
like asked you the other day, why is that your business? Who cares if this restaurant is not doing the right breakfast? Just don't go there.
The reason is because when people believe that someone gives out a certain service or a product or something, and then they start to believe in that and they believe in the bullshit that is sugar-coated by a marketing scheme or whatever they're selling, whatever bullshit they're panhandling, it's unfair to the people that don't understand as much, the people that don't do the research. I've had friends that just have like a high school degree or haven't even graduated high school that don't know the difference. They legitimately don't know the difference. He was going to a dietitian that said it was okay to eat McDonald's, all right? And it was fine to eat McDonald's, and as long as the calories stay within. I'm like, no, that's not the right message a dietitian should be handing out.
I understand that.
That's
So,
stupid.
But if I want to protect my friend who was just the high school
But you're
degree-
wasting money.
But then we don't-
Someone's stealing your
just
money.
tell
It's just
your
like the guy we talked about last time.
So I
He
told
took
I didn't talk to the
1,500
guy.
KD.
1,500 KD.
1,500 KD.
Which I told the person because I know her and because she's somebody that is working with me. I said to her, this is a ripoff. I know this person. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I've heard these things. So my job was to educate her. She still continued to give her 1,500, and now she's been broke for the last 2 or 3 months, which is my job. I feel much better is because I told her the truth. She wants to go on with this because everyone else using him, whatever. It's
He's
not
an
my job.
idiot.
I didn't call him. I didn't text message
Not
him.
her, not your friend, because she was just.
Yeah, he is.
She just fell for.
But
she
I
just
never
fell for the
even
play.
told him
He's
my
an
opinion.
idiot, though.
I didn't tell him my opinion because do you know what happens? Is like, first of all, he's going to say, why is that your business? If this person wants to use me, it's not your business. And then ultimately they shut you up because they're assuming that you're interfering because you're jealous.
Yep.
Or because that you really don't know me and I don't care about your opinion. So why would I even go and confront him?
No, you're right. And if they
But
have
you
cult,
do.
if they have cult followers, if they have the cult followers, you
Yes.
know what I mean.
And then everyone will attack me.
Everyone will attack you. He'll get.
So
his,
why
like,
do you do it?
Because I don't give a shit. Because for me, it
You
gives
have
me.
to address the client, your friend, who's the high school degree.
But I never
not-
call people out by name. I've been good about that.
But everyone knows who you're
Everyone
talking
knows.
about.
And you know what? If you think that I'm talking about you, then you are fucking doing something wrong, in my opinion. If you think that if I'm singling you out as a healthcare professional, whether it's a dietitian, a trainer, or whatever, then you know what, buddy? You must be guilty of something. Because we wouldn't, when people say, oh, don't point fingers because you have 5 pointing back at you. So with these guys, look, you know what? At the end of the day, if you think I'm calling you out for something and you attack me, then what are you hiding? What are you actually doing? If you got nothing to hide and you got nothing to worry about, you're not going to care, right? If you're doing a good job, are you
Well,
going to
yeah.
care? Like,
I mean, like I said, this because probably this guy knows that he's doing something wrong, and that's why he'll attack me if I go to him.
exactly.
And also because some people just have been filled with a lot of these, bombarded with these fake comments about how wonderful they are. And here I come along, Juliet, saying this to you. The first thing they'll say, or you're jealous, or maybe because your marketing strategy is not like mine. Somehow he will project these things on me, and then I have to be able to put up and fight a battle that I don't need.
But do you care?
I do care because it takes a lot of energy to defend myself.
The last shitty message I got from a troll, I just wrote LOL, thanks, dude. You know, because for me, that's just one person's opinion. But that one person versus the 20 messages that I get saying, oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you finally talked about that. Or, dude, they send me like the fire emoji or whatever it's called. Like that for me is like, okay, this is why I will point some of these things out. And you know what? And people know I'm not afraid to point things out, which is, I think it's a good thing. Like when they see me walking around, they know I'm probably looking at them or analyzing some shit. I had a situation once with a trainer, okay? I was sitting waiting for a physical therapy session, and I'm on my phone. I look over, there's a class going on, and there's this guy using the ski erg. It's, like a ski machine. He's using it all wrong. Like, he just looks like a noodle pulling down some strings. It was so bad. And the trainer of the class, or the coach of the class, was just standing there kind of watching. So I wrote a comment, and I was like, dude, if you're going to coach a class, do it the right way. Don't do it so someone gets hurt. Teach the proper technique. I'm calling them out. And I think it was like the next day I go into the same gym in the showers. Their head coach comes up to me and he goes, I hope you wasn't one of my trainers you were talking about. I was like, actually, you know what? It kind of was. And he was like, well, you don't really have to say that. I was like, dude, look, why wouldn't I though? I was like, why not? What's the big deal if I do say something like that? Don't you want your staff to be on their toes? Don't you want them to make sure they're giving a job? Because at the end of the day, you're representing the brand, which is the gym you work for. And you're representing that head coach, right?
Right. But probably he doesn't. What he wants is that to show this facade that this gym has these great trainers, and it's a money making
100%. That's what fitness has always been used for. So it pisses me off when people do this. They take advantage of the weak. They take people that go into the gym already have a damaged or a weak
immune system.
Not immune system. Help me out here. Ego, right?
Confidence.
Yeah. They already have
self-worth.
They already it's already weak for them. So if you go up to someone and you say, hey, give me an extra 25 KDs and I'm going to get you that 6-pack in a month, they're going to believe them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're walking in vulnerable. It's like going to a nutritionist. You're walking in vulnerable because you're desperate. You want to lose weight. So whatever this nutritionist is going to say to you, but that could be for any field. There are people walking into my clinic where they're very desperate to be able to feel better, be happy. Whatever I can say, they will take it with a grain of salt because they think this is the miracle. But they also have to understand is that now we live in this like social media world that you should educate yourself. It doesn't matter if you're,
100%, yeah.
I mean, if I want to go to a nutritionist and the nutritionist says, these are the food I eat, and then I'll come back and then, I probably will follow the nutritionist because we don't question people that we see as experts, right?
That's a sad thing.
That is a sad thing.
Really sad.
But because oftentimes we think, well, they'll know better than me. Even me, and I'm an educated woman. If I had gone to a nutritionist once in my life, and that's because my friend was going. So I thought, well, for 30 KD, let me just see what this guy. And the guy, at that time, they just wrote on paper and told you, what you eat lunch. These are your snacks. I didn't even, it sounded like normal to me. I didn't even question it. My friend never even lost any weight with him. Well, other people have. So the idea is I didn't question it. But I feel like, most of the time people need to educate themselves and ask about the person's background. Now we can Google anyone. So if a friend or whatever, the person that went with this guy who took 1,500, she can't even afford the sessions that she needs. She's going to say 1,500 for this thing. And she didn't even Google or nothing because everyone says this guy is good.
If you told your friend, if you said, dude, you're such an idiot for spending 1,500 KD,
Which I said.
what would their reaction be? Did they get defensive?
Yeah, of course. No, she
Yeah.
didn't get defensive.
She didn't? Was she like,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, I
you
didn't
know
say
what?
you're an idiot. I said, don't you think that's a hefty amount of money for you? Now, if somebody else that has a lot of money might not be for them. And I know other people and companies can pay that amount.
Yeah.
But for you, you're already struggling and you're sitting here depressed because financially you're not doing really well. Why would I scrape all my savings to be able to give this? Because she was desperate to get something started that she thought it will be a venue for her extra income.
But
And then you know what? Nothing happened.
See, that's the sad thing.
And then I said, well, but there's no warranty or guarantee that they'll give you your money back. Because, I mean, the guy was clear, I see you this many times, we meet, I tell you how to set up things, and that's it. So the idea is that I feel like, is it really the professional's fault or is it the fault of the clients who are going in blind and thinking that anything, because they're desperate, anything this person's going to tell you is the truth? I mean, I don't. So is it really your job to be able to kind of like put this guy down because you are exploiting people, or is it that the person is allowing to be exploited?
Look, at the end of the day, the reason why I do it is because I hate to see people taken advantage of.
But people
We've
will
established
continue
that.
to be taken
They will.
advantage
No,
of.
you're right. But if I can do something to help people, I don't
But
give
how many
a shit.
people have you really helped? And how many
There
people have
are.
you pissed off?
Look, I don't care about pissing people
No,
off.
but how many, if you
I've
look
gotten
at
past
it,
that. I've pissed off. I probably have
how many have you
more
helped?
people that hate me
Then you've helped.
than love me. But those who do love me as an individual and that are my friends and that care about me and actually value some of the things that I say, they know that if they come up to me and say, look, you were wrong about this and here's why, I'd be like, okay, fine. You're right. I was wrong. And I'm willing to accept criticism. Your friend who paid the $1,500, okay, to get established and get started, you know what they did in my book? They thought they could cut a corner. They thought they could cut a corner by hiring this guy.
Yeah.
Right? Hire this guy and, oh, wow, overnight
And
I'm gonna be a
I
success.
suggested
It doesn't work like that way.
I suggested few names, but because they were not famous enough, she didn't want to take it. But the thing is that I feel that I've done my job because I educated her. I'm different from you. Like, instead of me confronting that person who's exploiting people,
Yeah.
I feel like my job is to be able to educate the customer or the client or the friend, and then they can make the decision. At one time I was like you. I feel like, I need to stand for human rights and I need to make sure if I see unfairness, I'll go and.
Did you ever see the old Batman show? Remember the old Batman show from the 80s where
Yeah.
they kick someone and you see pow?
Yeah.
I'm the old Batman and Robin.
I know, but
If
I don't
you
know
do
how
something-
effective it is
if
now.
you do something, I'm still going to kick you in the nuts.
How
Like,
effective is that? You're still not addressing that. It's not really effective. How
It
many people
is.
have you saved?
How many people will see a post or a comment or whatever I say or even hear me talking about a different brand or whatever? They see that and they're like, you know what? I'm going to save my money and do my research.
But I think that there also can be a reverse psychology that the more you talk bad about a particular, the more customers they will have. Because nowadays we live in this era where people are so bored and I don't know, they need something in their life.
Oh, they
As
want to
soon-
try shitty
as
products.
soon, no,
Yeah.
as soon as they hear something negative about the person, they go and buy the product or they'll go and meet the person. Or like for me, like as soon as they hear about some psychologist who's shitty, they'll make an appointment with him. Seriously, it makes no sense to me. It's reverse
It
psychology.
makes perfect sense. In
So
your field,
please talk shitty about me so people can make
wait,
appointments.
but you know why it makes perfect sense for someone like you? Because people don't want to know the truth.
They
don't
don't.
want to be told the truth. And here's the fucking truth of it. If you think you can hire somebody to spiral your business overnight, well, here's the truth of it. That shit does not work. Because if it worked, they would be multi-billionaires right now. The
And it's
person
true.
selling that product. If you go to a dietitian and they promise you that you can lose 10 kilos in 3 weeks or 2 weeks with no side effects, they're full of shit.
And if you go to a
that's the truth
psychologist,
of it.
and and I hear this thing, somebody says to me, "Oh no, but this other psychologist, he promised like in 2 session, some hypnotherapy, CBT, I don't know what. In 2 session, everything will be gone." And you know what I say to them? I know that it's crap, and I know what that other person's reputation is, but I don't say anything because it's not my job.
I
Plus, whenever they
I don't say anything.
you know what?
If someone says, "Oh, I'm going to go see so and so," I don't say per se. I'm like,
I've heard this or I heard
yeah,
that.
I don't say.
No.
I just keep quiet. They're like, if they ask me, "What do you think of this person?" That's
I
what
don't
I'm like.
say.
I'll say, "Look, honestly, my opinion's a bit biased," and I always do this. If I don't like someone, I say, "Look, honestly, my opinion's a bit biased because I've had some bad encounters with so and so or with this product or with that." I'm truthful about it. I don't like to lie anymore. I used
No,
to
but
lie
I also
like a
think
rug.
that sometimes people, so whenever they say to me, "No, but the other person says in 2 session, I don't know what." And you know what I say? I say, well, maybe they're right. And maybe you should go try them. Because if I sit there and I say, look, this person's full of crap or this person is this, then they're going to think that's unprofessional of me. And
That's true.
I also feel it's unprofessional. Like it's like going to a hairdresser. Do you know how much I hate going to a hairdresser who says to you, well, whoever your hairdresser before, she did this and she did that. Like they start saying about all the bad things that the other hairdresser have done. Or if you go to a professional and they're like, that person that you were going to, really,
Yeah.
that was bad, this and that. I find it unprofessional.
Yeah.
So it's not my job.
Coaches and trainers, by the way, in Kuwait,
It should
are
be the
just
same
as
thing.
bad. They're
Yeah.
just as bad with it.
I find it unprofessional. If I
It
go to a
is. I
coach,
agree with you 100%.
to be
yeah.
honest, if I go to a coach and started saying that, if I say, no, I went to this other person before, if they say to me, oh, that person is bad or this person, I will not continue with this
Yeah.
coach.
When people ask me about trainers specifically or coaches, because I go to all the gyms, I know a lot of I'm in
Right.
deep. I try to limit my comments as much as possible. My first question is always, what are you going to them for?
Yeah.
Like, what purpose are they serving? Oh, well, it's for weight loss. Okay, well, then, they're probably the right coach for you. Whatever. I don't really sit there and bash on people. I just call things out that are crazy in mainstream media. Like, for instance, and Hay got me to shut up about this last week because this was the thing I posted. And I was like, is everybody ready for me to piss the world
Yeah,
off? And
I saw that.
So my thing is this whole positive body image bullshit, okay? Let's be real, people. Let's be 100% real with ourselves. If we have a few extra pounds to lose, we are looking in the mirror and analyzing ourselves, right, Dr. D?
Right.
You're a shrink. You know
Yeah,
this.
That's right.
So let's be realistic. We go to the gym and whatever to lose weight, to look good, to feel healthy, and to look good. I mean, come on. Like, let's stop fucking with our psyche by saying we go to the gym just to be healthy, but it's okay to be 100 pounds overweight. No, it's not. It's not
It's
okay
true.
to be 100 pounds overweight because you know why? You're going to have diabetes. You're going to have high blood pressure. You're
Yeah,
probably
but it
going to
doesn't
die
mean I
earlier.
won't like myself.
It doesn't mean you won't like yourself, but
Also, so that body image doesn't have a lot to do with losing weight.
But stop lying to yourself. If you're in the health industry, the worst person I think to talk to about nutrition is a trainer, by the way, because they all survive off 112 calories a day to have that shredded body so they could sell their image, right? I mean, that's realistic. But in general, I see a lot of people posting, oh, positive body image. I'm going to eat this piece of cake. I'm going to do that. I'm happy with myself. You know what, buddy? And for the women too, if you were super happy about yourself, you wouldn't keep convincing yourself that you're happy. Come on.
No, I think for women, we have to say that to ourselves because we're bombarded with people saying that your body is not good enough because it doesn't fit a particular criteria that is identified as attractive on TV or media. So for me, in order for me to constantly fight all these comments and these images that I see on a daily basis, I have to also reassure myself that I'm okay with my body. I could be okay with my body, but I still need to lose 10 kilos.
Yeah.
But the idea is that, but I disagree with you.
But
I don't
people are
really
saying,
think
people are saying it's okay to have a piece of cake over a fruit salad because
Sometimes
they
you
want to
do.
please. Look, sometimes you do.
Look, sometimes
But
I
to
just want
preach
that piece of cake.
message, to preach that message, to eat whatever you want, be the size of whatever you want, be as unhealthy as whatever you want, is bullshit.
Well, of
let's
course
be
it's bullshit
realistic.
because-
It's horseshit.
No, because we know that the obesity has, connection to diabetes, has a connection to heart diseases, high blood pressure. We
Yeah.
all know. But it doesn't mean that people that are like overweight
Look, a
are
power
not.
lifter, for instance, let me give you a perfect example. A power lifter, a female power lifter, they're a lot bigger than most women,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
And they eat different foods. They have to overconsume calories and sometimes eat bad foods, right? Or not bad foods, but they have to eat things that are more processed or whatever else to get those calories up. They're eating for sport. They're
Right.
doing it for a specific purpose. But when you are someone that keeps preaching it and you have known in the past that you've always wanted to adhere to a specific look and feel, in my opinion, I'm calling bullshit. I'll call you out on your bullshit. All I'm saying is, look, be real. That's all it is be real. Be truthful with yourself. If you want to have a piece of cake, go ahead and have a piece of, someone asked me the other day, they go, when I said, oh, I'm going to this restaurant, they go, oh, is it an off day? I was like, dude, every day is an off day for me. I don't give a shit.
I hate
eat
this
to
idea.
perform.
I hate the idea that this is my cheat
Right,
day.
right.
I hate it.
It's
Because to
horseshit.
me, it's like, I shouldn't have a specific day. And these cheat days, I remember like I had a friend who is a colleague at the university who's no longer there, but we do a lot of, he was always worried about his body, always worried about his calories, and always killed me with this Friday was his cheat day. And then I told him, like, I also know a lot of people like gain everything on that cheat day.
You can. And
You
it's
can.
proven you can regain.
I
if
said, so
you-
here I've lost 2 kilo the whole week. I wait till Friday.
Exactly.
And then for me to
what is it?
gain.
A pound is 7,500 calories or
And you
8,000
can.
calories. Oh, yeah, easily. Yeah,
I mean,
I could easily
just
down
have a very,
10,000
very
calories
fattening
on a Friday.
breakfast, fattening lunch.
So go to the restaurant we were talking to.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
They have gluten. I want
Gluten-free doesn't make a difference, though. Gluten-free is if it upsets
and
your
they have
stomach.
healthy choices.
So DJ, right? I get gluten-free because gluten just doesn't sit well with my
next
body.
time I'm delivering it here. I'll call and order here.
If you can change my mind about this restaurant,
We have to go
I
together.
Will, fine, whenever you want. However, I'll go. I'll give them another shot. But if they suck,
they don't suck, they're great.
and when I said they sucked, oh my god!
Look,
the amount of people that got pissed off at me.
No, but I have to tell you the
was
truth. Their
insane.
food is not wow. I have to be honest, and I've told them that.
It's not even.
I mean, actually,
it's not even McDonald's worthy. In my
no. I
opinion.
mean, it doesn't have. Sometimes I've told them this though. Even last time, I had to change something to something else because I felt like this thing had no taste. I go there because my kids love it and because the way their customer service, they make you feel you're part of a family. So when you got kids and when you walk in
makes a difference.
and they already know your name and they already know your order. But to be honest, the food, I have not tasted anything there that I felt like it was wow. You know how some restaurants you go and the taste is so strong that it makes you feel like, wow, what did just I eat? You know how that,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, it's an amazing taste that stays with you. That doesn't happen there. And I feel like within these years, I don't know if management changed, people changed, cook changed, something has changed. But I will continue going up because of food.
Because you always want to go sometimes where everybody knows your name.
Yeah. And because my kids, like, because
they're
it's like we
always
can call
glad
them
you
on the
came.
phone and they'll recognize my son's voice.
So it's a cheers thing because you enjoy it, because it's a good experience.
No, but that tells you that
good.
customer service is number one. Your food could be shitty, but if you have customer service, people will continue coming. All of these people that I see when I go there that I told you I've seen,
yeah.
they all mingle with the guys that are working there. They act like it's their home. They sit and they create a table. I told you. I feel like, and the place is not even that big.
It's a lot like gyms too. Like
Yeah.
you go to gyms like where everybody knows you. That's why people hate going to new gyms, because of that unfamiliarity. I don't want people to think I'm bashing on people that have body positive images. I want to be clear.
No, you're bashing
I'm
at
bashing
people.
on the people that lie to
But even if I'm
themselves
fat
about
and
it.
I say I love myself,
Then
how's
there's
that?
nothing wrong with it. That's fine.
No, but you're saying that, no, let's be honest.
I'm saying about the people that paint the picture like they don't care. And really deep down inside, if you look, you do care.
How do you know they'll care?
Do you want to make a bet?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I'm sure that there
Come
are
on.
body image that I have and other people have, but overall in the scheme of things, I'm not walking around trying to take a picture to a plastic surgeon saying, make me Kardashian. I mean, there's a difference. I think when you have a body image and you have a clear perception and an image of what your body is, and this is the norm. I'll never be a size 0. When I have learned to accept that this is my limitation, that is a positive body
But how
image.
many people, Dr. D, in your opinion, how many people actually accept their body image?
Not a lot,
Thank you.
because
That's the whole point.
but it's not because of them, it's because we're bombarded by the media. And
every
so
day.
every day
Yes.
I am reminded. I mean, just to, my daughter is doing a TED talk for her school. And at first she was going to do, you could tell she's my daughter. She was going to do about women's role. And then we talked
That
about,
is totally
and then I
your
did
kid. The apple did not fall far from
no,
the tree.
I like you. Definitely, you're my kid. And then I did a presentation on body image, and she was there with her brother watching me.
Yeah.
And she came back and she's like, Mom, I really like the way you presented it. Can I do it? And we scaled it for her age.
Oh, that's cute.
And then say, so yes. So, and then I told her, why don't you go on YouTube? There's a lot of shows you watch that I don't really know, or singers, and try to make a list of who presents positive body image and who presents negative body image. And I swear to God, just 2 days ago, we were practicing it, and she has a whole page. The positive body image is half a page. The other one is full of superstars, of singers. There was one singer had an interview on TV who's very famous rapper who says, I love my music, but I know most people that watch me is because they love my body. Like, who says these things? And then and then you know what she said? Because it pays the bill.
Yeah, sex sells. We all know. We all know sex
and then
sells.
so my daughter used her as an example, while another singer who's just new now and doesn't really show and doesn't wear any tight stuff, because she's saying, I want people to love my music, even though she has a nice body. I want people to love my music, not to be fascinated with my body. But then I was telling my daughter, how long do you think this one who is not showing her body is going to last? Not very long.
Sure.
Another year, 2 years, if that. We're going to see her on the globe or on awards.
Unless she's like Elton John. I mean, come on. Elton John was never really a great looking guy.
But he's a guy. A woman.
All right, let's talk about a woman.
Which woman that it was like?
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin, because back in the days, the body.
No one really cared. The body image for women was completely different.
It's like Marilyn Monroe at that time when you were size 12 and 14. No, but that time, 12 and 14 was luscious, right?
Yeah.
And that's why. But nowadays, it's size 0 or 2 or being very, very thin.
It's insane. It's
gone down so low, right?
Look, I used to have that problem. Okay, where I would worry about taking my shirt off at the gym, or worry about taking my shirt off when I would go into a physiotherapist, because I used to swim in my t-shirt. But now in the last 3 years, or 2 years, I would say 2 years, I'm so comfortable in my skin because I know.
Because you worked out and you worked on your body.
But I know I might not.
You're physically fit.
No, I'm still holding on to a little extra body fat. That's definite. That's there.
Yeah, but you're an athlete now.
But that's the thing. I know physically I can probably outperform most guys my age. 100%.
Right.
So I don't give a shit. Like, for me, it's performance.
I know, but if you were not in the athletic kind of a lifestyle.
Oh, it'd still be a mess. 100%
you would still
I'd be a mess.
You'll still be swimming with your t-shirt.
Probably. I'd still be a mess. 100%.
So to me, I mean, my hats off for all women who are luscious or not looking like the models we
100%,
see.
100%, I agree.
I mean, so when my daughter was making a list, and then she was talking to me about dancing moms or whatever, where moms freak out because their kids are like, dancers. And the push about how the dancers have to be thin. And if you're apparently, I mean, I don't even watch the show, that if one of the girls is overweight a little bit, the coach doesn't take her.
I believe it.
I mean, can you imagine? My daughter's 10. I'm like,
Jesus.
You're watching this? She's like, yes, Mom, this is all on TV. Because if you compare, how many shows is she going to see that is going to magnify the beauty of her body the way it is? It's limited compared to how many messages she gets in how to be thin, for example, and why you should be thin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not the thing is like, yes, I understand. I mean, we're talking about how the truth hurts. And maybe it's true. It's, it's the same thing with people. Like if they tell you, if they go to the gym and the coach says, look, you need to lose 10 kilo, they start to get really hurt because the coach just told them that look, your body size or your fat or whatever is not okay and you need to change it.
Look, my coach said to me once, he said, how's your nutrition? I was like, it's not that great. He was like, well, have you ever thought that might be holding you back? And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I dialed in because I knew he was 100% right. And if I wanted to get better at a certain skill, I needed to change a little bit. That's eating for performance or eating because you want to accomplish a certain goal. I'm not bashing on people that have body positive images. I think it's a great thing. I think everyone should love themselves and everyone should really enjoy themselves to what they want. But don't preach it like you have to believe it if you don't. If you really don't, and you can clearly
and be
tell.
honest with yourself.
Be honest. That's all you need to do is be honest. Because if you keep lying about it and it's going to blow up and you're going to have bigger psychological issues.
No, and then you're a hypocrite if you're saying, no, I don't have body image, but then you're doing everything that shows that you do have a body image issues. So, I mean, I understand that you're saying like people need to be honest with themselves.
Exactly.
And
but the truth hurts.
And the truth hurts. And the truth should start with ourselves, not with anyone else.
100%.
Like, I don't need to have someone else come in saying to me, Juliet, you really need to lose weight, or you really need to watch how you talk about men, or it comes out. And, even like, with my show that I do, I notice in this country, people don't give you. And on our team, there's the director and then the camera guy.
Yeah.
So they're both guys. And I notice here that they don't really. So like I'll wear something and I'm like, do you think this is okay? Do you think not okay? Like I can't see it from the camera view. And then at first that they were like leering.
I think you look very good today, by the way. That's why I put the camera on today.
So
you're
I said,
like all dressed up and stuff.
Yeah, and but I was like, I realized how people do not want to tell you the truth. So it's like, because one time I wore this shirt and I took this. I mean, they were like the earlier episodes, and then the girl that is the head of all, she's my friend, and she calls me. It's like, Juliet, don't wear that kind of a shirt. And I'm like, see, this is what bothers me is that I ask these guys. I'm okay with people telling me what you like, what you don't like. I feel like I'm dying to learn from people's criticism.
Yeah.
But then other people are not like that. So of course the director is not used to someone like me. He's used to interviewing and doing shows with other people who are so sensitive. So he doesn't say, this doesn't look nice. He always says, oh yeah, this is great on you.
Yeah.
He's always one of those like people like, this is great. This is great.
You're
like,
okay. You're good.
Like you're great,
Yeah.
And then I told him the other day, please stop. I know that it can't be that great all the time. He's like, wallah, I'm not lying to you. If there's anything wrong, I'll let you know. And I know that that's not true. Because here we are worried about what people are going to think if we told them the truth. We're worried they're going to be mad at us.
Yeah.
I'm always worried that I'm going to burn a bridge or I'm going to say something that's going to be taking something else. Then I have to deal with it. This dealing with it, I don't want to deal with it.
But think of the respect that you gain for actually calling someone out on their bullshit.
You don't.
You do. Come on.
Come
if
on.
someone calls someone out on their bullshit, on their bullshit, I respect them that much more.
You do. Most of the time, she's jealous. That's the only thing we know how to say.
Because they're assholes.
Every time you give an opinion about something, I either have men issue or I'm jealous. Like, what the hell? So you might as well. I've learned, and I'm much older than you. I've really learned it's better to keep it to myself.
So when will I go through this phase? When will this phase end?
No, you were in your 40s. I realized.
In my 40s?
When I was in my 30s, I was like you.
I'm never even going to get I won't get a ride from anybody if I continue this way.
Well, hopefully you'll stop. But I was like you, and people are like, Juliet, why are you? I was exactly like you. Maybe that's why we get along. So when I was in my 30s, people always said, why are you so aggressive? Why are you angry? And I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm just telling you the way I feel. No, you're angry. This is like a repressed anger. Like everyone then acted like I had these like issues with anger because I confronted people all the time. And then I realized I was starting to get tired because my mission was to tell people the truth. And then I realized that what I was hoping for, it came to bite me. It started to act like, Juliet, you're angry, you've got issues. Not that they had a problem, I had the problem.
Yeah.
And then I realized, look, I don't have energy for this. I wait and I only share my opinion with people that ask me. And then I learned to be diplomatic. That's another thing I was missing. It's like, it's like my friends say, Juliet, you are not diplomatic. It's the same thing with relationship. If I don't like something bothers me, I say it. And then suddenly you feel like your friends are mad at you because you're confronting them. Like,
True, yeah.
I think it's rude to if I say to someone, it's rude to come late When we say we're meeting at 8, 8:15, but you come at 9, it's not okay with me.
Yeah.
Why are you angry? Why? Suddenly it becomes my problem. Now, what happened to your responsibility? So I decided that's it. I just go with the flow because people are not ready for the truth.
That's
and
a
now
fair point.
you're like me now. You're coming across as being angry.
But you know why I don't? And I'm the most undiplomatic person. And
Yeah.
I will teach my son to
But I
be
have
as
to
I'm going to
learn.
teach my son to be as diplomatic as possible because I did do it wrong. And I know I'm wrong because I am a loudmouth. And I try to stop myself. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It just does not work. It's like, as you would say, verbal diarrhea. It just happens. One year, I was on a board.
I know, but my friend says I have to really work on it.
But Dr.
I
D,
don't even have friends.
but is that really a problem? Do you want fake friends or do you want people? Look,
No, it's
my
not
best
fake
friend,
friends. It's
best
not
friend,
my job
my best
to
friend in
correct
life.
the world. I just got to this point. It's not my job to correct the world. If someone says something that hurts my feelings, I will say something. I'm not even in that stage where I'm going to sit quietly if you bother me. But if I see you bothering someone else and if it's your behavior and I feel like you've got issues with people, I'm not saying a damn word. Because ultimately, Juliet is jealous. Juliet has anger issues. Juliet had hate all men. Okay, khalas. Why should I talk about it? I don't need to.
That's a fair point. For me personally, I grew up my best friend Dave Cole, and this is one thing I appreciate from him. He always said to me, "Why do you even care? Why do you give a shit?"
Because we don't live in a bubble by ourselves.
That's for a later episode, okay?
Why do you give a shit? Because we
But,
don't.
yeah,
In this country, we
But
have.
no.
In this part of the world.
In general, though, like, yes, I agree with that because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, who are the only people that matter to you? The people under your roof or the people that are closer to you, right?
No.
Right?
People
You're going to say Joe Schmo that you've dealt with once or twice or that you're friends with because of dinner events is going to matter to you in 10 years? No. The people that are going to matter to you are the people that are closest to you. And that's the way I value it. The people that are around my immediate circle where they see me and I give them a smile and I give them, my time and I joke around with them and I have fun with them. Those are the people that matter to me. And if I piss them off, I piss them off. They should know by now my personality. And if they can't accept me for who I am and for telling the truth, they can go fuck themselves.
Which is true.
Excuse my
I've got
language.
friends.
See what you did? You see what you did? You got me going on a complete rant this
But you know
entire
what?
episode.
I have friends that you know how I am, and those are the people that I've known for like 20 plus years. And those people, I don't mind saying the truth, talking to them about whatever, because they just know this is Juliet. But then I realized that only those small group of people, I'm going to be myself, or I'm just going to tell the truth. Because these individuals, they either listen to my truth or just realize that this is the way I am. I have to say what is on my mind. Other than that, the rest of the people, I have made a bet with myself. If they ask me, I will tell them, but not all the truth, because now I'm gauging who's ready for the truth and who's not. Before I was engaging and I didn't have a filter and I would say it and I'm thinking, I just did them a big favor. And then I realized these individuals their feelings was hurt, even in therapy. Like I'm very well known to be out there and confrontive. And sometimes, people can't handle my personality because I'm very upfront and I don't أطبطب ولا I don't like
you don't dance around.
No, I don't, because I figured if you're paying me money, I'm not going to say what you want to hear at first, yes, to build alliance, but then you're coming to pay me money so I can tell you the truth about you. But there are people who can't handle that. Yes, they're coming to get therapy, but they don't really want to hear the truth. They tell you they want to hear the truth.
Let's role play for a second. I'm the psychologist. Okay, I'm psychologist A. You're the client. Come to me with a problem.
I don't know.
Any problem.
Like I feel like people don't really like me.
Well, is the problem with you or is it with those people? Maybe you just needed a new social circle.
No, but it must be a problem with me.
No, I'm assuring you that it's not with you. You seem like such a great person.
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
See, that's what people want. That's the shit they want.
I can't do that.
Whereas now
I feel like it's unethical of me.
I'm psychologist B, okay?
Now, hold on a minute. The issue could be other people, but it can be 100% the other people.
What's the common denominator?
Hold the client.
You have to remember the common denominator.
And I have to hold the client responsible. So what I'm doing, if I say that, I'm doing exactly what the other people around them are doing. They are pampering them. They are tiptoeing around the issue because they don't want to hurt this person's
They don't want to
feelings.
tell them the truth.
So I figured, why are you coming to pay me so I could help you develop a better
Yep.
personality? Of course, ethically, I'm not going to attack you, but I feel like some people, that's why they go sometimes to the other person, my partner, right? Which is a wonderful woman, but she's a lot more nicer.
Jamil.
No, and I think
Some
she does
psychiatrists,
call.
psychologists do.
It's true, but she calls people on, but she calls them on later. While for me, I'm like, look, I give you 5 sessions. I'm going to tell you what the problem is, and then you can decide. And she's like, Juliet, maybe some people are not ready. Maybe. I just feel like, look, this is the issue here. You either want to change it or not change it.
And everybody's different.
And everyone
is different.
But nowadays, I'm realizing, even in therapy, I realized, not nowadays, I started to realize that also I need to gauge if the person's ready. Oh, just because someone sits with me and says, look, I just want you to tell me the truth about, like the other day, this person, one session, she's like, well, now that I told you everything about me, can you please give me your feedback about me? And then I was thinking to myself, no, I'm not going to, because she's not ready. Can you imagine if I would have told her exactly what I thought she was doing, which was she was like bullshitting about lots of things? She would have never come back.
Yeah.
And not because I want her to come back because I want her money. It's because in order for me to help her, I need her to be back. But then I'm like, no, I gave you some tips. I think that's enough for today. Because back in the days when I was younger and doing therapy and I was like you in my 30s, and I thought, no, people should be honest. I want people to be honest. Sometimes I gave feedback that was accurate, but the individual wasn't ready.
That makes sense. I mean, maybe
and then they saw it not the way I wanted them to see it. Do you know how they saw it? As someone. I mean, I don't know if they didn't come back, but they probably saw it as an attack.
Maybe it's an age thing.
No, when you get older, you have more experience, and then you realize you're wasting your time. Just like I was telling you, what's the purpose of me telling this restaurant that they're not good? I just don't go. That's it. It's not my job.
I want to tell
restaurants have a rating.
But the people that follow me or the people that are in my social circle, I'm going to tell them, don't waste your money.
But it's not my job.
But why wouldn't I say?
You could.
Well, look at referral programs. Okay, a referral program is saying, oh, this so-and-so is really good. Go see them. Yeah. Tell them that I sent you. Whatever. They'll take care of you.
But the way you say it, Mahdi, there's a difference between giving a referral or giving a rating for a restaurant. That's why we have these ratings.
If I gave ratings for restaurants in Kuwait, no restaurant would allow me in the doors.
No, what I'm saying is that there must be other ways that we can do the same feedback and get better feedback. The idea is that
we do an episode on no filter. I have no filter.
I know, and I think maybe you need one.
No, I don't want one.
I think you need one.
When I get older, a little bit more mature, then I'll let the filter adapt.
I think you can teach DJ that we need a filter in this world.
DJ, I do teach him.
So obviously you know it's important.
I know I make mistakes. I'm 100% positive I make mistakes because I have no filter. And I try to teach my son to have a filter, but be as truthful as possible. Because honesty, in my opinion,
like,
is
I'm
the
not changing
thing.
that. I'm not lying. I'm just not saying the whole truth.
But
I will, Jay.
But come on.
That's not lying.
That's not lying, but that's kind of dancing around the truth.
No, because the person is not ready, not because I can't say it.
Your job is different.
I'm not talking about clients.
But in general?
No, not clients only. I do this even with friends and family members. Just because somebody comes to me and says, Juliet, can you tell me what you think about this or that? Or about, a relationship or whatever. I know this person is not ready. I'm not going to waste my time. I've wasted enough time trying to really think that these people were serious, that they wanted feedback. And I come to find out they don't.
They just want to just say, oh, you're so nice.
Or
so
they
amazing.
weren't ready for the way I say it. So there's a way I say it, or maybe they're not ready about the information. It's like, knowing that your best friend's husband is cheating, for example. You're not going to go tell your best friend, I realized your husband is cheating, because you're always caught up in this idea. You just told them the truth. And then now, but the idea is that I've learned earlier, whenever someone comes and says, what do you think about my husband or this and that? Or even when they say, I found out that they're cheating. Even when I know, I don't say anything. You know why? Because there's a chance she's going to go back to him, right? Especially if I know my friend and how much she's hooked on this guy. She wants me to side with her so she can feel okay with the decision she just made, that ultimately is going to make it look like I am the one that created this problem. No, sorry. I am not going. I can say things like, well, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with him. Maybe he does have these kind of issues, but I will never say 100% he's an asshole, because ultimately when she goes back to him, she stopped being my friend.
I mean,
So the
look,
truth hurts.
yeah.
And I think the truth is the way we gauge it.
I think you're right. Look, I'm not saying
I'm always
you're wrong.
right. I'm the only one right on this show.
I don't know. Some people might agree with me. Very few.
Very few. I'm glad you burned a lot
But
of bridges.
those few people that agree with me will probably be the most passionate about defending me behind my back. And that's the way I feel about it.
Defend you,
I
and I
agree.
know
Look,
you mean well.
Politically, I've screwed myself politically so
You will
many
never
times.
run for an office.
No, because people aren't ready for the truth. It's just
true.
a fact of life.
No,
People
and they'll
want the
never be
sugar-
ready for the truth.
But you know what? At the end of the day, and I've done that before.
I
When
wonder
people-
if you and I are ready for the truth. We're not ready either.
Well, you just told me the truth about me. I'm all right with it. I
It was
totally
just one
accept
thing.
it.
No, but your
I'm
face did
accepting.
change.
It does change.
And
yeah.
you went back and forth several times. Really, you say that? Do you really think of me like that? Is that your opinion? You
As annoying,
interrogated me
yeah,
for
as-
5 minutes.
Because you said I was annoying. It's like, how can you do a show with me
So
if you
don't
find me annoying?
interrogate me. You're annoying.
Fine, okay.
I could do a show with you if you're annoying.
Really?
Of course.
You can put up with that? I always
I
make
like
sure
annoying
I can jam.
people.
You got issues, man.
It's better than liars and cheaters.
That's very true. All right, everybody.
All right, everyone.
I hope you enjoyed my rant on this one. Please don't hate me anymore. Send me some love mail.
And please forget about the idea, the truth. There is no truth.
There always is. Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. You can also find us on Instagram at The Project Kuwait. Thank you, and join us next time.